Welcome to FretSpeak. My name's Christopher. So you're looking for a warm-up exercise that doesn't just sound like this. You want something musical. You want something that moves around the neck. You want something that helps your soloing. You want something that works on your alternate picking that's fun to do. Well, I've got the thing for you today. I was watching a Corey Wong video maybe a year or so ago, and he was talking about something in his practice routine, and it really caught my attention. So today I want to briefly show you this. So we're going to start with C, E, and G, and we're going to play this in 3 spots, and then we're going to double the last note. Backwards. C, E, G, C, E, G, C, E, G. That right there is awesome if we didn't do anything else. So I'm alternate picking that. It's really great. And then I'm going to move to the relative minor of C, which is A minor. A, C, and E. And do the same thing. It's 5, 7, 9 for you tab people. All right, so I'm going to put it together. C, A minor, and then I'm going to move to the next key, which has 1 sharp, which is G, and we're going to play. We could do this a couple ways. I could play it like this, just like the C, but just starting on the 3rd fret. G, B, and D. Okay. And then the relative minor of G, which is E minor. Okay. E, G, and B. E, G, and B. Same shape that we did at A, by the way. So let's put those 4 together. C, A minor, G major, E minor. Ooh, my fingers are getting warmed up already. Okay, and then we're going to go to the next key, which would have 2 sharps. So that's going to be D, and I can do my same exact little formula here. D, F sharp, and A. Just like that. And then we'll go down to B minor, which is the relative minor of D. Out of the Circle of Fifths. If you haven't heard about that, check it out. Okay, so that was D and B minor. So let's put together what we have so far, which is C and A minor, G and E minor, and D and B minor. So here we go. C, A minor, G. I'm going to introduce something new for you here. We played it just like this, which is great, but another fun exercise we could do is just move that 3rd, the B note, and put it on the same string as the low E. That's kind of my preferred way to do it. Slightly different. Okay. All right, and then E minor. And then I'm going to go to D. And the relative minor, which is B minor. All right, and Then let's go to our next key, which is A. Okay, same shape again, nothing new. A, C sharp, and E. And then its relative minor, which is F sharp minor, which is right here. Same shape that we've been doing. Let me play that one more time. So A, I can play it like this, or I can play it like that, just moving the third around. So A and F sharp minor. Okay, so let's do that all together. So that's going to be C and A minor, G and E minor, D and B minor, A and F sharp minor. And it sounds so fun and musical. So here we go. Check it out. Here's C, A minor, G, E minor, D, B minor, A, F sharp minor. Okay, our next one that we're going to do that has our key that has 4 sharps is the key of E. I could do it if I had an electric, we could do our same shape, but I'm going to, just that first one seems a little different. Okay. That's that big stretch. Okay, and then its relative minor is C sharp. Same shape, same shape. Okay, so E minor, or E major, sorry. And its relative minor is C sharp. And then we're just gonna complete this for us today. So let's do the next one that has 5 sharps. And that's going to be the key of B. So same shape again. And then its relative minor is G sharp minor. Okay, so all together, I'm going to do that really slowly once. So we'll start with C. So here's C, on our C note. A minor is our next one. Right here. G major is our next one. And I can do it any kind of major chord. I could do it just like that or like this. So we'll do it our first way. E minor. Is our next one. And D. B minor, A major is our next one, F sharp minor is our next one. Now we're going to go to E major. Okay. C sharp minor. We're going to go to our last key, which is B. And then our relative minor, which is G sharp minor. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to play that and not talk and just let you hear kind of what that sounds like the entirety. So I'm going to start on C. Ready, go. E minor, what a great workout to kind of put on a metronome. Triplets are great, so kind of 3 notes a beat. You could just stay on one if you wanted to. Just pick one you want to work on, A minor. You could do all kind of fun things, like if you wanted to double one. So let's double the middle one. So watch this. Even more of a fun feel. If I was to do a couple like that, let's see, let's start on C. Yeah, that sounds awesome. So give that a try. See what that feels like for you. It's got some tongue twisters with the right hand and picking, and a lot of good stretching, and it's something a little different than kind of the average exercise, which we'll talk about this in another video, but that's kind of home base for me, is this really simple 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise. But it wasn't very musical. It wasn't forcing my brain to think about the key, the relative minor of the key, where that was on the fretboard, and I find that this warm-up will really help you with your actual guitar playing and improv a little more than something like this that's just purely a muscle strength building type exercise. So hope you like that. Check it out. Give me a comment, link below, subscribe, and hope you have a great day. FretSpeak out.